Enterprise by Nissim Ezekiel. The poem Enterprise appeared in Nissim Ezekiel's fourth volume of poems published in 1960. Enterprise is an allegorical poem. It describes a metaphorical journey. This journey can be compared to human condition, which is full of difficulties and failures. A group of men, including the poet, set out on a pilgrimage. They have a noble purpose behind their journey, which seems to hold out no difficulties in their way. But after having traveled some distance, they begin to find the journey unproductive and laborious. With the sun scorching them with its heat, the heat of the sun was intense, and travelers began to feel uneasy. In other words, the difficulties of the journey and the enthusiasm of the travelers were equally balanced. The word rage could mean frenzy or enthusiasm. The travelers were able to continue their journey courageously and hopefully, taking plentiful notes and observations. They observe and write down what the peasants were selling and buying. They observe the behavior of animals like serpents and goats whom they see on the way. They observe and write what they witnessed in the three cities where a sage had delivered religious discourse to the people. This stanza has allegorical significance. The travelers went on gathering knowledge and information about various matters about the people and living creatures whom they met in the course of journey. Journey could mean one's life experiences. The people whom the travelers met contribute to their knowledge and learning. Pilgrimage is a sacred journey, but here the journey is a journey of intellectual pursuits by a community of men who endeavor to gather knowledge for their good and for the good of people at large. Soon in their journey, differences arose among the travelers as to how to cross the desert patch. A friend who has the gift of writing excellent prose parts from the group. He was the best in the group, and his desertion meant disappointment and dismay for the remaining ones. Nissim writes, "A shadow falls on us and grows. A shadow has descended and it grew bigger." Another stage in the adventurous journey is reached when the travelers were attacked twice and they lose their way. A section of the group claimed their freedom of action and expressed their wish to leave the group. As the differences among them became more pronounced, some claimed the right to follow their own inclinations and to exercise their right to freedom of action. The author did not seem to take any sides but was able to maintain his balance and composure. The poet says that they are nearing the sea. Metaphorically, this stanza could mean that disagreements could retard intellectual progress and discovery of new knowledge. A common intellectual endeavor would come to nothing if the partners fall out with one another and each assert their point of view as the right one. The members of the group noticed nothing as they continued their journey. Now they are a small crowd of people with no hope. They did not even pay heed to the thunder because it has become meaningless to them. They are all feeling exhausted by the journey. Some of them cannot even stand erect. They don't even have some of the necessities of life like soap. At last they reach the destination, but they do not even know the purpose which has taken them there. The journey has brought disappointment and dismay to each one of them, and their faces bear clear signs of confusion. They feel that their deeds were neither heroic nor unusual in any way. Ezekiel ends the poem with a beautiful line: "Home is where we have to gather grace." The pilgrims come to the conclusion that home is the place where they could enjoy any grace. This line is ambiguous. It can mean that noble purposes can be achieved without undertaking ambitious and high-sounding project. It can also mean that it is impossible for people to remain united or to pursue noble purpose collectively because of the ego of people who think themselves more important than the others. Life is an enterprise. United we stand, divided we fall. The poem treats journey as a metaphor for life. In this journey, the poet mentions about the various bickerings that lead to a sense of futility. The poem ends with a question: Was the journey worth all the struggle? As Iyengar mentions, it's man's destiny to be forever evolving and hence to be unfinished. There is a movement, a growth, something is gained, but something is lost also.